Ugh, it feels like there's a fee for everything. Like, since when do you have to pay to park at a restaurant where you're paying to eat? It even costs money to take out money. Who's got money for that? And don't even think about bringing clothes on your vacation.
That'll be $100. Thank you for buying.
Yeah, you're welcome. We've got more than enough to pay for. That's why with the Walmart Plus membership, you'll never pay more for delivery. Get all your groceries delivered free with no markups. Start your free 30-day trial today. $35 minimum. Restrictions apply.
This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 2741. Why is this fun? And other important life questions you should ask yourself regularly. By Margo Aaron of thatseemsimportant.com. And I'm Justin Malik. I'm ready to get right to it today and start optimizing your life. Why is this fun? And other important life questions you should ask yourself regularly. By Margo Aaron of thatseemsimportant.com. There's a cowboy culture in Texas that consists of games where you prove your worth through machismo. They prove dominance over animals and battle for strength with games like, how long can you stay on top of a bull before it swings you off? Or can you catch a running horse while on another horse? There's a history and heritage to these games that is treated with profound respect. I grew up adjacent to this culture. My family isn't Texan, but we lived in Texas. And as my family assimilated into the dominant culture, I was expected to assimilate with them. But all I could see was the stink of cow manure and the sound of a question no one would answer. Why is this fun? For many, it's exhilarating. Watching a man atop a bull, man triumphs over nature. It's visceral. It's ancient. It's stupid. All I could think about were the neck problems this poor cowboy will have from all the whipping around. And then when he falls, because they always do, the animal stomps on him, and you're expected to give him sympathy for putting himself in harm's way gratuitously. They call this brave. It's a silly tradition, and my writing about it is sacrilege, which is the part I want to talk about today. There are things you are not allowed to say, see, or admit you believe. For if you do, you risk, on a personal level, rejection and mockery. And on a macro level, you risk exposing the fraud, dispelling the illusion. Most people cannot sit with the tension of two truths. In the case of a rodeo, parts of it are beautiful. Heritage, culture, respect, there's even love. And there are parts of it that are inhumane, parts that are inane, ridiculous, arcane, and downright dumb. Two things are true. The rodeo is both dumb and profound. Inane and historical, stinky and nostalgic, gratuitous and important. Some cowboys and ranchers make their entire yearly incomes from one of these rodeos. Being human means we have the capacity to hold the tension of two truths, to recognize our beliefs are different from our thoughts and different from reason. We can hold the tension. Most of us simply never learned out. It's easier to choose the illusion, blind acceptance of the status quo, to take the position you're instructed to take. This is fun, and never ask why. Why is this fun? What are we doing here? And why are we doing it? What are we participating in? And do I agree? It is difficult to interrogate our own moral intuitions, but in my opinion, it's fun and critical, because blind acceptance of the status quo is always dangerous. We make progress as a species when we probe and challenge what is considered tradition. That is how we honor both ourselves and our loved ones. It's how we improve upon what came before. But you cannot improve if you do not challenge, question, and endure the discomfort of asking why and forcing a tradition to justify itself. Blind acceptance of the status quo and dominant culture is dangerous, and rejection of the status quo and dominant culture is dangerous too. There is no safe option. In one, you risk blindness. In the other, you risk rejection. Well, choose rejection. Choose being ousted from the group, mocked, chastised, and put down. Choose to not assimilate into belief systems that are rigid or do not accept dissenting opinions. Blindness is the more dangerous option, even if it comes with the illusion of friendship, belonging, acceptance, and above all, certainty. Do not settle for the illusion. Any friendship forged while upholding an illusion is not a real friendship. Any connection created while upholding an illusion is not a real connection. Any certainty promised while upholding an illusion is a delusion. If you look at the world around you and ask why, surround yourself with those who will contend with you in answering the question. Most people go through life asleep, accepting this is how things are and relegating themselves to lives of quiet desperation. They refuse to face their own internal why, to assess their motivations, to audit whether or not they're actually happy, to ask themselves what they want, need, and believe, to separate what they believe from what is true. These people are dangerous because in order to justify their self-abandonment and shame, they must push their value system on others. Examining our invisible scripts and deigning to challenge them, that is the call. Take the call. Endure the discomfort that comes from being who you are, challenging the status quo, and being the person at the rodeo who asks, why is this fun? You just listened to the post titled, Why is this fun? And other important life questions you should ask yourself regularly by Margo Aaron of thatseemsimportant.com.
When I drive with Uber, I'm the boss. I drive when I want and cash out when I want.
I made $496 today. Nice.
I can even switch between driving and delivering.
Spice it up, baby.
And I can scream, I'm the boss, out of the window really loudly.
I'm the boss.
Uber, earn like a boss. Sign up to earn today at uber.com/boss.
Earnings are estimates based on past driving earnings in Atlanta and are not guaranteed. For more information, see uber.com.
You know how important sleep is for your health, and that's why I'm excited to share a podcast that can help, Sleep Cove. Chris, a hypnotherapist with years of experience, provides relaxing sleep hypnosis, meditations, and bedtime stories to help you drift off. So next time you find yourself staring at the ceiling, play Sleep Cove's episodes focused on reducing anxiety or improving your confidence and experience the benefits of a good night's rest. Follow Sleep Cove on your favorite podcast platform so you can easily find it whenever you're ready to wind down and relax. Thank you to Margo. This one was a tough one for me to narrate personally because especially closer to the beginning of the article, Margo calls things that she doesn't like stupid, even the people who do like it. And that's not really my style. I'd prefer to acknowledge that people are raised in certain ways, believing in certain things, much differently than how I was raised. And that leads to differences in beliefs, yada, yada, yada. But like she said, that's the point of this article, to get uncomfortable because she wants to stand up to say something she believes. She wants to talk about something she believes to be inhumane, which is fine. Whether or not you love rodeos, she can have that opinion and be allowed to bring up her objections in written form and have strangers all over the world hear it and choose on their terms to agree or disagree. Name calling, not my favorite. And I think that's for shock value and again to prove a point that it can be really difficult and awkward to have these conversations. But worse is never questioning why we have certain traditions or laws or unwritten laws, and if there's a better alternative. I do think that takeaway is important. Not blindly accepting, but also not blindly rejecting either, but consciously choosing what we participate in, what effect it has on other beings and society as a whole, and doing our best to communicate that with others. It's difficult, but I think worth it. And with that, thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.